In this video, we're going to learn how to divide polynomial and also learn how to do synthetic division, which is an easier way or a shortcut of dividing polynomials. At the end of the video, you should be expected to be able to perform long division, dividing polynomials by other polynomials. Also, you should be able to use synthetic division to divide polynomials by binomials of the form x minus k. Let's have your example right away. You have here problem x squared plus 8x plus 15 is divided by x plus 3. How do you begin your long division? You are supposed to divide first your x squared by x, and you have the result x. X is written on top of the 8x because they are the same term, and it gives you track how much left out of your cycle. So let's keep going. And what do you do next? Step 2, multiply your x and x plus 3. You have x squared plus 3x. And then what do you do next? You can subtract your x squared plus 3x from your x squared plus 8x, or you can do the addition of additive inverse. X squared will be cancelled out. 8 minus 3x is going to be 5x, and bring down 15. Next, this is now your second cycle. It's now your 5x divided by the x. 5x divided by x is equal to 5. 5 goes on top of 15, and this is your last cycle. Then 5 will be multiplied to x plus 3. You should get 5x plus 15, which you will write at the end of the bottom part, and then subtract. Of course, obviously it's a 0. Therefore, there is no remainder, and therefore your quotient is x plus 5. That's how you do your division of polynomial by long division. Let's have more examples. We can also check if you multiply your quotient and your divisor, x plus 3, the number inside is called dividend. The number on the left is divisor. Your answer of division is quotient. If you multiply your divisor and your quotient, you're expected to have, by performing FOIL, your result should be the dividend. If indeed it gives you the dividend, then you get the correct quotient. Next, let's have your second example. First cycle, divide x cubed by x. The result is x squared. Write x squared on top of the x squared on the dividend. Then multiply x squared by x minus 1. You have x cubed minus x squared. And then perform your subtraction or perform the addition of additive inverse. X cubed is cancelled out. X squared plus x squared will be 2x squared. And then bring down 4. You are now in your second cycle. It's now 2x squared divided by x. Your answer is 2x. Write down your 2x on top of the 4x. After this, you have one more cycle. Multiply 2x times x minus 1 is going to be 2x squared minus 2x. Write down that 2x squared minus 2x on the next under 2x squared plus 4x, and then perform your subtraction or addition of additive inverse. 2x squared will be cancelled out. The 2x will change its sign. It becomes positive and combines to 4x, and you have 6x. Bring down negative 6x. I mean negative 6. Take out your 0. You don't have to write it down. And now you are on your last cycle. This time you have 6x divided by x. 6x divided by x is 6. Write down your 6 on top of the negative 6 on top of your dividend. And now multiply your 6 times x minus 1. 6 times x minus 1 is going to be 6x minus 6. Since they are the same, if you perform subtraction, it resolves to 0. Therefore, there is no remainder, and your quotient is the trinomial on top of the work x squared plus 2x plus 6. Next example, you have here x squared minus 2x minus 8 divided by x minus 4. First step, there's no more guide. You have to divide your x squared divided by x is equal to x. You write your x on top of negative 2x. After that, multiply x times x squared, x times negative 4, 4x, negative 4x. You have x squared minus 4x. Subtract or perform the addition of additive inverse. X squared will be cancelled out. Negative 4 becomes positive. 4 minus 2 is 2x. So you have 2x. Bring down negative 8. You are on your second and last cycle. 2x divided by x is 2. Write 2 on top of negative 8. Multiply 2 to 2x minus 4. You have 2x minus 8. And they are the same. If you perform subtraction, it becomes 0. And your quotient is x plus 2. By checking, we multiply your quotient x plus 2 and your divisor x minus 4. You should have your result by FOIL x squared plus 4x for your outside pair. Your inside pair is 2x. Your last term is negative 8. And then when you combine your inner and outer, you'll get negative 2x, which is exactly your dividend. Since they are the same, then you got the correct quotient x plus 2. This is just a checking part. Now, how do you do your synthetic division? As you can see, I left it here, your long division. How do you do your synthetic division? Synthetic division is just a different method of dividing, but it only works if your divisor is only an x term and then an integer. So since it follows, then this is possible. This problem is possible for synthetic division. If there's a number in front here, synthetic division will not be possible. So I repeat the problem. It should be x squared minus 2x minus 8 divided by x minus 4, which is your original problem. To begin your synthetic division, you just take out your coefficient 1, negative 2, negative 8, and write them down in this part of the template. You can draw a line like this or a short window like here. It does not matter. And there it is. Positive core comes from the opposite sign of your coefficient in the divisor. If this is plus 4, this becomes negative 4. Since this is minus, it becomes plus. Switched sign. On your coefficients of your dividend, you just take out your coefficient positive 1, negative 2, negative 8. But on your divisor, you change the sign. Negative 4 becomes positive 4. Now, here's the steps of synthetic division. First, bring down your first number, which is 1. There it is. And then multiply. 1 times 4 is 4. 4 will be added to the next number, negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2. And then just repeat the steps. Multiply 2 times 4 is 8. Write it down here. And then add until you end. So this will, the multiplication and addition will keep repeating until you come to an end. Since it's already an end, negative 8 plus 8 is 0. It means if it's a 0 at the end, there's no remainder. How do you write your answer? Well, the 1 will become x, and 2 is just a constant. 0 is a remainder, so this problem has no remainder. If you notice, we are actually doing the same problem, and it's x plus 2. Now, how do you really know what's the first term? Remember, if you divide x squared divided by x, your answer should start with x. If your highest or your degree is x cubed of your dividend, your degree is 3, or it's an x cubed divided by x, therefore your answer starts with x squared. If your dividend starts with x4, or it has a degree 4, so your answer starts with q. It should be -1. That's why our answer here starts with x, and that's how you do it. And therefore we could conclude that your quotient is x plus 2, which is exactly the same with your long division result. We will have more example. This time we will focus on synthetic division. Remember, synthetic division does not work if there's a number in front of x. It should be x plus or minus integer. Another example. So you have here longer. So you don't get overwhelmed. If you do this in a long division, you will have 4 cycles. But if you perform synthetic division with this problem, see how it goes. First, you draw your template. Write down your coefficient: +2, 7, -4, -7, -18. Watch out if you have a negative coefficient, the negative sign follows. Now, if there's no x cubed, let's say the given is 2x to the power of 4 and then -4x squared, there is missing x cubed. You should have a space of 0 for the missing x cubed. Okay, next, you should write +2 as an opposite sign of the number on the divisor. If this is plus, then you should have a -2 here. You have to switch. That's how the rule goes. If you don't follow it, you're not gonna get the correct answer. Now let's begin with the steps of the cycle of the synthetic division. Bring down your first number, 2. 2 times 2 is 4, add it to 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. Now multiply. 11 times 2 is 22, add it on and get -4. -4 plus 22 is actually 22 minus 4 is 18. Again, multiply 18 to 2 is 36. 36 minus 27 is +9. 9 times 2 is 18. +18. And then add +18 plus -18 is 0. Therefore, there is no remainder. And this is how you write your final answer. Remember the guide a while ago? Since our dividend starts with x4, our answer starts with x cubed. So you have 2x cubed followed by 11x squared plus 18x plus 9. If there is a remainder, you should have a plus remainder over the divisor x minus 2. Since there's no remainder, that is your quotient. Let's try an example with a remainder. You have divided x to the power of 4 minus 10x squared minus 2x plus 4 by x plus 3. One thing you should notice, as I warned you earlier, if there's no x cubed, or there's a missing or gap, or the exponent jumped, skipped, so you should write down a 0 in between the two coefficients when you write down your template. So you have 1, 0, -10, -2, 4. 1 is the coefficient of 4, 0 is the coefficient of x cubed, -10 is x squared, -2 for x, and then the constant 4. And the number on the left side should be a -3. Then you start your cycle. Bring down, multiply, add, multiply, add. Bring down 1. Multiply 1 times -3 is -3. Plus 0 is -3. -3 times -3 is +9. Add to 10. It's -1. -1 times -3 is +3. 3 plus -2 is 1. 1 plus negative 3 is negative 3. 4 minus 3, 4 plus negative 3 is actually positive 1. Therefore, there is a remainder. Let me just write down your problem. This is actually your problem in the fraction form. It's just the same way of saying like this. So our quotient starts with your next term, second highest, 4, which is x to the power of 4 divided by x is x cubed. So your answer starts with x cubed. 1x cubed negative 3x squared minus 1x or minus x plus 1. Now here's the tricky part. Since this is not a 0, this is how you write remainder. Remainder is 1 over x plus 3. X plus 3 comes from the divisor. So whichever is the divisor, if you have a remainder, if it's not just 0, you have 1, or whatever is the remainder, you write down it's on top of the divisor, x plus 3. That's how you write your quotient if there is a remainder. There is a remainder if the final result is not a 0. Okay? It's easy to check if there's a number at the end of the cycle, there's a remainder. Your coefficient is based on the given, and watch out, remember, if the powers skip 4, there's no 3, it proceeded to 2 and then 1 and then constant, the skipped power should have a space of 0 so that you don't ruin your descending powers. Power of 4, power of 3, power of 2, power of 1, and then constant. Your dividend, remember, your numbers should change sign. Okay? And then watch out, remember, when you write your final answer, your highest or your degree minus 1 will be your exponent or power of your answer. So since our given here has a degree of 4, your quotient starts with 3 and then followed by 2, 1, and then the constant. Since it did not have a 0, you have a remainder. That's how you do synthetic division. And remember, synthetic division only works if the divisor is variable plus or minus a number. That's it. Thank you.